Former #1 overall pick and former Los Angeles Laker Kwame Brown completely ripped Bronny James for his game in the NBA preseason. Let's get into what Kwame said about the Lakers rookie who was the son of LeBron James.
Bronny performance last night, it was horrendous. I just don't understand. He has a father who's arguably the best player who ever played the game, but it shows that it was just off of his athleticism because his son don't know the basic principles. He's a small kid, so when he comes off the pick and roll, they drop it and plug it.
Now, it's been stated by numerous scouts and anonymous front offices around the league that Bronny James is just not NBA ready. So what Kwame Brown is saying about him isn't wrong. A lot of people are going to say that Kwame's opinion isn't relevant because he's a bust. But what he's saying has been also said for months by numerous people around the NBA.
Absolutely no idea how to run the pick and roll. I can keep attacking downhill right here. If Royce O'Neal steps up to help, Dalton connects open in the corner. If Royce O'Neal doesn't step up, and I've taken 4 or 5 solid dribbles downhill to get Mason Plumlee to try and come and commit to the ball, now Jackson Hayes' lob's wide open. What I can't do is pick my dribble up. Everything's ruined.
To me, Bronny James don't really understand the game because if they drop and plug, meaning if y'all don't know the terminology, drop and plug that's the strategy they was doing against Bronny. They don't trust that he can shoot. So the center is dropping back into the paint. Okay, if that happens, he's supposed to keep coming downhill and keep attacking because either at some point that big has to commit or you can get that lob. And when that happens, you get that lob over the top to his man because the guard is going underneath to catch you. So before he get underneath and catch you, you get downhill and you make him have to crack back at that big. And then now he can go one-on-one with a big if he back it back out. What you want, but he comes off and hesitate like he wants to shoot, but doesn't shoot. And then he dribbles and then pulls up. It's weird. He's not attacking the defense. And then on offense, when it's in a half court set, other than pick and roll, he's clogging up the lane. He's standing at the top of the key or 2 feet from the three-point line, and nobody's respecting his three-point shot. So they're able to sag off of Bronny and then recover back to him. And he, like either you got to cut or if the guy drive, you fill in behind. I don't understand how he don't understand these basic concepts if his daddy is LeBron that mind the game and he's Bronny.
Bronny James is just not a good shooter. His college three-point percentage was a lackluster 26%, and he really doesn't look to shoot the long ball that much. What Kwame is saying is right because the Lakers need three-point shooting to be able to win games. They already have a lot of players that like to dominate the inside, so Bronny will have to expand his game if he wants to be a part of the rotation.
Bronny James cuts when he's not supposed to and doesn't cut when he's supposed to. His man is stepping up to help here. Now is when you cut. So my father can either hit me backdoor for a layup or I take Devin Booker with me, and now that's how Austin Reeves becomes open because my cut occupied Booker and now Reeves is wide open.
These are just simple concepts, and this is not bashing them. It's just these commentators are not going to talk basketball talk. I don't think he's a very good defender because he stands straight up. You can blow by him going left every time from what I've seen.
Now, prior to the draft, the media told us that Bronny is comparable to Davion Mitchell, who is an undersized 6-foot point guard that stood up friends pretty well for his size, but Bronny is 2 inches taller. So if he's getting blown by people, then that is a huge problem.
Do not lean. Look at this. You're leaning towards the screen 3 hours early. Of course you're getting blown by the other way. So now this draws help, and you get lucky that Mason Plumlee botches a layup.
And he doesn't run for layups. And being that he's only 18, 19 years old, I would never want to see a young guy stop at the three-point line as if you're some three-point threat. You're not shooting the ball well, so run for layups. He's playing like he's a 16, 21-year veteran. He's trotting to the three-point line, We don't need you trotting to no damn three-point line. We need you running for layups and use that youth and that athleticism. And that way, Dalton can feel behind, or maybe his man may have to pick up Bronny because he can dunk it. And then now Dalton Connect might hit a three. He got to use his athleticism to get other people open. He don't have an offensive rhythm right now, so shit, be young. Nobody can control you being able to run.
The younger players being able to push the pace will definitely help the Lakers because, as we know, their best players are a 39-year-old LeBron James and Anthony Davis, who's been in the league for over 10 years. You can't expect those guys to run around for 40 minutes a night, so Bronny has to be the one cutting, shifting the defense, and getting his guys open looks.
Bronny James, why does he never sprint and run the floor and run his lane? This is a 5-on-4. Please sprint. Sprint. There's 3 minutes left. It's a 3. Sprint. Look at this, a 5-on-4. Catch this ball on the run. You've got numbers. If you're catching this on the run, bang. Now we've got a 4-on-2. But, I mean, Bronny James is just standing. Standing.
I see a kid just coasting because he has a guaranteed contract. Anybody else in that position would be cut. Somebody going underneath, if you ain't a knockdown shooter, you got to put pressure on the defense on that big in order to get that floater off. And if you don't do that, what we doing? And everybody act like you can't critique this kid's game. He's a professional athlete now. I can critique his game without bashing him, and that's the holes that I see in his game. He don't run for layups. He plays like he's an older veteran. He's young. He needs to be running for layups, sticking his head up under that rim. He needs to penetrate the defense, be a threat. If a guy is being doubled off of you, if a guy is dribbling at you, he needs to be a backdoor cut and let a guy feel behind. He's not a very good shooter yet. He sucks. Well, he would have a better go at it if he just do those two things. Run the floor for layups, get into the heart of the defense when they drop and plug on you. A guard should love when they drop and plug. Get hard to that spot, that sweet spot, pull up. Or go hard at that basket, lob to the big man. He ought to be working on dropping and plugging and getting to that spot. Yank, yank, pull it back, pull up. He ought to be, that's when you dance. That's when you play back and forth. They dropping and plugging, he the quarterback. But I don't understand. I don't get it.
Look, it's obvious that Bronny James has a lot of work to do if he wants to be a part of the rotation or even stay in the league. People probably think that he will always have a spot just because he's LeBron's son, but I'm not sure that LeBron will have that much pull when he retires. Like, for example, we know that Thanasis is only in Milwaukee because of Giannis, but Giannis Antetokounmpo is still in his prime and is still capable of winning championships for the Bucks. So if Bronny doesn't show any major improvement this year, his future might be in jeopardy. But let me know what you guys think about Bronny and the Lakers season. How do you feel about the LeBron and Bronny connection? Let me know down in the comments below, and make sure to subscribe for more NBA content.